Big anniversary today, guys. January 15th, 1999.
Okay.
Jonathan Moxon and company hit the theaters. Varsity Blues turns 20 today. What's the best football movie, guys? Varsity Blues, Remember the Titans, Any Given Sunday,
Okay.
Rudy,
Oh, yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
Rudy, come on.
Rich.
So it's not, these movies are clearly not based in fact, obviously.
Well, I mean-
right, they're all not based in fact then.
Well,
I
all
will
of
say
these
this.
based on a true
Where's
story.
the longest yard?
Yeah.
Which one?
Either one. Terry Crews was in the remake.
Those are prison movies that happen to have a little bit of football spliced
So
in.
then Rocky's a love story that happened to have boxing in it.
Sure.
You're agreeing that finally, just to keep the longest yard out of you having to change what's in your poll question.
Yeah, I mean,
Sort
the
of like-
longest yard is like, it's cool, but it doesn't hold a candle to any of these.
Now, prior to the show, you thought when I said you don't know where I'm going to go with this when we go on the air, you thought it would be me hitting the low-hanging Brockman fruit of you having zero pop culture knowledge prior to your birth date. Okay.
Again, that's inaccurate, but
Okay.
I
You
do
thought
have
that.
a few holes. There's a few
No.
movies I've never seen.
But here's
so I
where-
thought you were going to throw out some really old-time football movies.
No. Here we go. Here's where I'm going with this. I'm not going to weigh in on this question. And it's not because you know how much I despise Rudy and watch it
You don't like
anytime
Rudy, that's
hoping
true.
that he pops his quad by the end. Stop it. That's
you,
not
Mike.
where I'm going with
Thank
this.
you, Mike.
The reason why I can't weigh in on this poll question is I've never seen Varsity Blues.
Oh, I did not think that's where you were going when he said that.
Never seen Varsity Blues.
Well, like, you know about like the whipped cream bikini and all
course.
that, and like John
Of course.
Voight.
I know about Ali Larder. I know
Okay,
about John
okay,
Voight. I've
okay.
heard. I mean, obviously, I know.
the late great Paul Walker.
I understand.
Lance Harbor.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God.
Rich.
So I want some, just because I knew I'd be getting grief. Call in 844-204-RICH. If you want to chime in on the poll question, that's fine. If you want to chide me for not having seen this movie, fine. But I'd like you to call with the one sports movie you're also not proud to say you've never seen. And I'm sure you've got one over there.
Sure, one we were talking about this morning. I've never seen Brian's song.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I mean,
You've never really?
Never seen.
okay.
I mean, I know it's about Brian
You could
Piccolo
say
and,
that's one of the
and, like,
greatest
James
football
Caan.
movies ever, too.
easy.
Oh, no, but it's about a relationship between two
Players.
brotherhood of men here, it's just with football. That's the best football movie of all time, pal.
I'm gonna add it.
I mean,
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's the best football movie? Varsity Blues, Remember the Titans, Any Given Sunday, Rudy, Friday Night Lights, or Brian's song?
Ugh. I love the show Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
I think Remember the Titans is the one that would make me tear up and like get really emotional. So that would probably be my favorite. Varsity Blues, though, Rich, I'm disappointed in you. that's
I've never
that's
seen
with
it.
Vanderbeek, who's
I know.
you don't want my life, right?
Yes.
Todd, I'm always honest with you and my listeners and viewers every single day. I shoot you straight. I've never seen Varsity Blues. So what's your one sports movie that you're ashamed to admit that you haven't seen?
Oh, that I haven't seen.
Yeah. You
I
haven't?
don't know. I think
You've seen
I
them
don't
all?
have it.
You've seen them all?
I haven't seen them all, but I can't think of one that's significant that I haven't seen.
Jeez, McShay's or he's more up on it. Well, yeah, look, Todd, you
Watch Varsity Blues. How old are your kids? They're older.
no,
They're
they're
old enough
10, 7, and
Yeah,
5,
not
Todd.
yet.
Not yet. We're not ready
now.
for
Oh, so the
No.
5-year-old probably shouldn't see the scene where they go all night. Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Hot for
I got
teacher.
you.
Good parenting, Todd.
It's all
Thanks for that
coming back to you.
evaluation. I appreciate that.
A couple of movies I wanted to maybe not add to the list, but that hold a special place in my heart. 1993, The Program.
Okay, James
was one
Caan.
that- yeah,
Okay.
sure. In the comedy section, 1991, Necessary Roughness. Scott Bakula, Kathy Ireland,
Kathy Ireland.
Hector Elizondo, Sinbad, Jason Bateman, Robert Loggia.
Look at you, Mark.
That's a good one.
Fellow Staten Islander, Robert Loggia. The Texas State Armadillos, Mark. Yeah.
There
I
you
got
go. You know it.
Wait,
And
that
how about
movie you've
reaching back
seen?
to 1988, Johnny B. Good, a young Anthony Michael Hall, Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh, yeah.
Uma Thurman, Paul Gleason, Jennifer Tilly.
Paul
Robert Downey
Gleason. I mean,
Jr.
come on. I mean, Paul Gleason is One of the all-time greats, Clarence Beeks,
him as the
also.
high school head coach, just hanging out in his lounge room when the kids come over.
Of course.
It's just great.
Paul Gleason, one of the Breakfast Club and all of that. Mark, excellent call. Excellent call. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've never seen Varsity Blues.
Okay.
What about you,
it's okay.
Mike?
You're
What's
a
the one
busy guy.
sports
You're a
movie
busy
that you've
guy.
never seen?
Remember the Titans.
You've never seen
What?
that? Oh, Mike.
Mike, it's winning the poll.
Well, I know. It's like one of those. It's like
Oh, come on now.
there's that. I have two.
It was
holes in
on.
the bin.
Like, was it last week?
Don't you remember the Titans, the actual Tennessee Titans? Did he remember the Titans move in against the Giants in MetLife, celebrating a touchdown,
dance, right?
like
Yeah.
a pickoff or something like that?
I need to watch it.
Oh yes, you do. Oh gosh,
I admit that's a big.
Remember the Titans is up
It's
there.
one of
Yeah.
it's one of those. That's why we watch sports movies. That's one of those things. It's why we love sports movies.
Peak
Remember the Titans.
Denzel is amazing.
Peak Denzel, great fantasy name by the way. Peak Denzel. Peak Denzel. Peak Denzel versus Deep Loggins would be a dynamite fantasy matchup. A lot of people have been having problems with you today, Chris. I already got a text, and we're going to take a call in a second. You want to hear the text or the phone call?
Text.
Text. Eric Stone Street. Ask Brockman why Longest Yard isn't a football movie, but Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Make him argue.
He agreed with me that Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I do not believe you should avoid the question. So Longest Yard is not about football. It just has football surrounding it, but it's not a football movie.
It doesn't take
Christmas.
It doesn't take place
Die Hard
in a
is not
football
about-
game.
Die Hard is not about
Opening
Christmas.
scene of Longest Yard, is that a football scene?
No, but Die Hard happens in a building, and it is about a man and a woman coming together while he's trying to save people from being killed by terrorists. And you go, that's a Christmas movie.
The first thing you hear in Die Hard is Christmas music.
Action movie that takes place at Christmas.
Pete in Richmond, Virginia, you're here on the Rich Eisen Show. What's up, Pete?
Happy afternoon to you, gentlemen. How are y'all, Mr. Eisen? Always a pleasure.
Thank you,
This
sir.
is at you, Brockman. This is for you, buddy. How in the world is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Which I think it is. And all it has is some music and a Christmas tree in it. But how do you say Longest Yard is not a football movie? It's about an ex-pro quarterback who was nailed for shaving points and then goes to prison to lead a football team in a football game. So how in the world is it not a football movie that takes place in prison? So I guess Friday Night Lights isn't a football movie. It's a high school movie that just has a football team in it.
Mm-hmm. Pete?
And I'm gonna go up there and listen to you, Brockman. I'm gonna give you a chance, but I gotta say this: Del Tufo, you are the Egg McMahon of radio, baby. I love you.
I love you. Thank you,
Pete
sir.
in Richmond, Virginia.
Thank you, Pete.
Hi-oh.
Oh, that's correct.
Here, Chris, let me handle this for you, okay? Because you've just been owned.
Not really. But
You admit it. It's been a long time since you've seen The Longest Yard.
it's been a long time.
See,
I actually, and here's the other thing. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to put it on.
I owned up. I haven't seen Varsity Blues. You didn't even own up. Like you couldn't. You make this argument. Longest Yard's not a football movie, and you haven't seen it probably in like 20 years.
I was trying to stick to my story.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.